Beer back in the fantasy bar. 6 guys for you for Monday night, including a couple of my favorite value plays, a starting pitcher in a good spot, a New York Yankee with better numbers than Aaron Judge against left-handed pitching, and of course, my favorite play tonight. Who we talking about? Belly up to the fantasy bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out today's video here in the fantasy bar. 6 of my favorite plays across FanDuel and DraftKings. Before we get into the plays, obviously you can tell my voice is affected. Been coaching softball for 4 days down in Columbus, Ohio, but we will power through it. Did not want to miss today's video. Also, weather does not look like a major issue. Cleveland, really the only spot we have to keep an eye on. And as always, we have to make any changes, we will do so right in the comment section of the video. All right, let's dive into the plays here. Before we do that, make sure you've hit that thumbs up button on YouTube. Helps us out tremendously. Thank you so much for that. Also, hit that subscribe button. Head over to scoresandodds.com/beer for all of your sports betting needs. All right, let's get started in the outfield here with Byron Buxton of the Twins. So Buxton coming in hot. This guy pretty streaky. He's hot. You want to be on him. When he's not, you kind of take a day off with him. 4 multi-hit games over the last 9. And the power been there as well. 3 home runs for him over the last 5 games. And this guy been one of the best in all of baseball against left-handed pitching. We're talking WOBA and ISO, both over 400. Very good against both the fastball and the slider, which are the pitches that Scooble's going to throw. Now, Scooble, normally a guy I don't like to mess with. A good pitcher, no doubt. He's had his ups and downs, but power mix is there, and that's the name of the game right now with Buxton. 40% hard contact rate and a 35% fly ball rate. Buxton in a good spot here against Scooble. All right, let's go to the other side of the game, a little correlation with shortstop JAVIER BAEZ of the Tigers. Now, Detroit, one of those teams we don't see very often unless we're picking on them with pitchers, but I like BAEZ here, like Buxton. This guy, probably even more streaky, and he is doing very well right now. Hits in 6 of the last 7 games, and these prices just simply too cheap here, especially on FanDuel at just 2,600, 374 WOBA against righties, and a team-high 237 ISO against left-handed pitching. Now, Smeltzer, ISO over 200 allowed, so he has struggled there in the power department, and our mix is there that we're always looking for at 43 and 34%. JAVIER BAEZ, solid option to pair up with Byron Buxton. All right, let's get you a catcher here on DraftKings, Melendez of the Royals. Now, FanDuel, you can use him, you cannot. That'll be up to you. 2,700, pretty solid price for this guy, hitting at the top of this Royals lineup. And another guy swinging a good bat right now. 5 multi-hit games for him over the last 12. Gonna see a ton of fastballs here from Kopech, and he's very good against that pitch. 450 WOBA, 423 ISO. In fact, 2/3 of the pitches he's gonna throw to lefties will be fastballs. Now, Kopech has had major issues with lefties as well, so another check mark here for Melendez. 332 WOBA allowed, 195 the ISO, 58% fly ball rate. So a lot of shots at home runs, and that hard contact rate approaching 40%. Melendez knocks out that catcher option on DraftKings, and a solid value option for you over on FanDuel. All right, let's get our starting pitcher for tonight. We're rolling Luis Garcia of Houston. Now, I know the matchup. At first, I'm not going against Boston. Powerful lineup here. Solid numbers against righties, no doubt. But hear me out here. Strikeouts have been there for Garcia. Very solid floor for him. Not one of those 15 strikeout guys, but at least 6 strikeouts in 5 straight starts here. You look at this Boston lineup. Yes, there are some big names in there, but there's not a single guy in that lineup with an ISO over 165 against right-handed pitching or a WOBA over 350. So a lot of big names that have not been producing here, and there are a ton of strikeouts available here. 5 of the projected starters sitting at 24.5% or higher strikeout rate, with 6 over 22%. Garcia been solid of late. I don't think that changes here. Easily my favorite pitcher tonight against the Boston Red Sox. All right, back to the bats. We're rolling the second baseman, GLEYBER TORRES of the Yankees. Now, we know Aaron Judge, too easy these days. This guy's been a monster. You want to get him in there? Absolutely. But it's Torres that has actually been the better player for the Yankees against left-handed pitching. Now, again, Judge's numbers right there with Torres, but Torres leads the Yankees in both WOBA and ISO against lefties. WOBA at almost 400, ISO at a touch over 350 here, and very good against both changeup and sinker. Gonzalez, those are his 2 main pitches to righties, and we're talking a WOBA over 400 against both of those pitches for Torres. Not to mention Gonzalez giving up that mix we're looking for, 36 and 36% by ball rate, our contact rate. Torres, the Yankee, we're going to target here tonight against Mr. Gonzalez. All right, it's time. We take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue our BUXTON tonight contest. Easy to play, free to play. Just get in the comment section right below the video and get fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter on FanDuel tonight. Closest guest going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, let's take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. You know, Matt, the beast of the night. All right, beast time. Going to round things out at first base with Pete Alonso of the Mets, tonight's beast of the night. Alonso, another red hot bat, sensing a theme here. We're not always looking at recent performance, but something we certainly are factoring in here. 11 hits over the last 7 games for Pete Alonso. Solid against left-handed pitching. That ISO at 250. Woba over 350, but I really like here. Corbin loves to throw that sinker. Bad news against Pete Alonso. A Woba at 663 and ISO at an off-the-chart 750 against that pitch. And Corbin, we know, has been horrible this season. Righties have been smashing this guy. 324 batting average. Woba at 379. 15 home runs already allowed just to right-handed hitters. Pete Alonso in a smash spot. I know he's expensive. Easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's beast of the night. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up for Monday night. Thank you for dealing with my raspy voice here, coming off that long weekend of coaching. If you guys have any comments, questions, feedback, please hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points on FanDuel for my highest scoring hitter. And if you have not yet, click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. When you're done here, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer for all of your sports betting needs. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck tonight. Be right back tomorrow. 6 more plays for you for Tuesday. Thank you for watching. Go win some money tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist